Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel 10 Minutes Cloud Learning. And as part of today's video, we'll focus on understanding another service offering from AWS, that is LightSail. So let's start with the problem statement. Assume that okay, you are a blogger and you have an amazing business idea which you want to implement using AWS platform. But when you started exploring, you realized that to implement the idea, you need to set up WordPress and it has to be connected with the MySQL server. So when you started configuring for the server, okay, you got engaged in multiple other activities like creating an instance, WordPress configuration, MySQL setup for WordPress, DNS configurations, etc. So along the way, you realize that okay, you are diverted from the actual idea of blogging and got badly stuck with all the server management operations. In such cases, LightSail is very handy. You don't have to worry about the underlying infrastructure and just launch your application and start building your idea directly. And it will cost you somewhere between $3 to $5 a month. And it helps to jumpstart your project that includes almost everything like DNS configurations, data transfer, static IP, association, data storage, security group, etc. So the best part is that everything can be availed at a very affordable price. So now let's understand the features of LightSail in little more detail. So the features are being outlined here as you can see here. So it's easy and fast. That is, it helps you to deploy virtual private server quickly with just few clicks, and it offers predefined or pre-configured templates for the Linux or Windows distribution, which can be packaged with various popular applications or CMS systems like WordPress, Magento, etc. And with the LightSail's intuitive management console, you may run server or associated services easily, which we are going to see that in one demo towards the end. So more importantly, as it's offering from AWS, we can be assured that it's powered by the best infrastructure and it's used by most of the top companies at this point in time. Also with LightSail, you may grow or scale your applications over time. As soon as your application needs advanced features like managed databases, CDNs, dozens of other features, you may quickly get connected with your LightSail hosted applications. Coming to the cost part, LightSail offers plans that include everything you need to deploy a virtual private server like the virtual private machine, storage or networking, etc. The subscription starts at $3.5 per month, and when your business grows, it becomes easier to trade up more resources based on the requirements. And more importantly, first month is free of subscription. Now let's understand a bit more on LightSail's competitor. So DigitalOcean is LightSail's main competitor, okay, because DigitalOcean was the first platform, vendor who started this concept, okay, of launching services, quickly and easily. The target audience for both of these services are developers, who want to be able to spin up their web services easily. Here we are depicting a comparison of various features, offerings and pricing, and as you can see both the pricing part is almost similar. Both the platforms have taken the relatively complex process of deploying servers to the cloud and the process simplified the entire process. So their UI is beautifully designed and cloud servers can be deployed within minutes. Now you might be wondering, whatever LightSail is offering that is already being offered by EC2. Yes, no doubt, it is already being offered by EC2, or we can stand up those resources, using EC2 also. So that is wherein I thought of depicting some kind of comparison between LightSail and EC2. So we have different categories as I've highlighted over here. Okay, so the first category is suitability. If you see, LightSail used for simple web apps with minimum configuration, whereas EC2 used for enterprise web apps, with complex configurations, or if you need more customization. Now coming to the pre-configured templates, LightSail is used for websites including WordPress, custom sites, and e-commerce platforms. And whereas EC2 is mostly preferred for any kind of big data application or any kind of microservices based application or analytics workloads. Coming to the infrastructure part, LightSail is based on single configurable VPS, whereas EC2 is based on multiple VMs, migration from an on-premise environment, or it can also include, BYOL, that is bring your own license. Coming to the preference part, used for LightSail is preferred mostly for prototyping and test environments, and whereas EC2 is used for enterprise application development and deployments. Pricing part, LightSail is much more affordable when compared to Amazon EC2 instances, and static IP addresses can be configured, to which will be associated with the resource that you are launching in your LightSail. And whereas EC2 is bit costlier as compared to LightSail, and it can work without static IP. So without further delay, let's get into some demo. The plan is to we want to create a blogging site, okay, and we want to develop a blogging site, and the underlying infrastructure will be WordPress and MySQL. So let me switch over to my console, AWS console. Okay, I'm here in my AWS console, and I'm going to type LightSail over here. So it will take me to this dashboard. As you can see, it is very intuitive. Now I want to launch a instance, which will be pre-configured with WordPress. So I'll click on this create instance, and here you have two options. Either you can use Linux or Microsoft Windows. Under Microsoft Windows, you have three different flavors, and under Linux, you have different options, as you can see here. So we'll go ahead with the default option, that is Amazon Linux 2. And I'll go ahead with WordPress. Okay, I'll go ahead with this 5.6 version, and I don't have to do anything other than selecting this, right? Okay, and if you want to visit the pricing part, you can see here, 3.5 is the minimum, and it is first month is free. And I'll go ahead with I'll not change anything. I'll go ahead with the default options, and I'll click on this create instance. So generally it takes close to 1 to 2 minutes for this instance to spin up. Okay, so let's wait for this. Okay, now you can see the WordPress instance is all set up. Okay, and here you can access the WordPress instance using this IP address. Let me copy this. As you can see, my blogging site is up and running. It is just a matter of few clicks, and I'm all set. So now in case you want to do some kind of additional configuration to your WordPress, you can definitely do that. You have to go to the terminal, You click on that link, and if I do a ls over here, I can see my Bitnami credentials. I'll just do a vi and see what is the user ID password that I need to use. Okay, so the password is this one. Let me just copy this. Now I'll go to my WordPress. I'll go to the admin page. To go to the admin page, you need to type wp-admin. You enter this, it will prompt you this. So let me just see that. Yes, I click on login, and it takes me to this page, wherein I can configure my WordPress, or I can customize my WordPress site. So now one additional thing that I want to cover as part of this video is that, okay, in LightSail also you can launch containers, other than instances, which we just now saw. You have this option of, if you can see here, containers. Okay, inside this, if you want to, if you have any image of your application and you want to launch using containers, you can choose any of the default options here. Let's say I'll go with the micro option here, and you select your setup deployment, and you can choose, for the time being, I don't have any images, but in case you have any images, you have to specify the path of the image which is there in your Docker Hub. Okay, but I can, for the time being, we can go ahead with some inbuilt images, which is already available. Right now I'll select Nginx as my server. Okay, and we'll try to launch, using this container facility. So I just select this image. Okay, and I click on create container service, and you should be able to see this, within a couple of seconds. So now, as you can see, my Nginx server is being deployed into a container. Okay, you can see the status is active, and in case you want to see some more details, the logs, you can click this option, and you can click on this open log option, which will take you to the log options, and you can go through the log also. Now, in case I want to see uh, how do I access my container. Okay, so you can see this public domain. You can click on this, and it will take you to your Nginx server here. So that's about LightSail. Okay, really nice feature, easy to use, and easy to get started. So if you have any questions, then put them in the comment section, and don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe, because I have a lot of videos coming up for you. I would like to say thank you for watching, and we'll catch up in the next video. Thank you.